The Fundamentals of Computing, Chapter 2. Our learning objectives are the following: Introduction to ICT Profession, Career Opportunities in ICT, ICT Applications in Society, Code Ethics for ICT Professionals. So what are the rules of ICT professionals? Of course, number 1, it empowers businesses. It enables organizations to make dramatic leaps in productivity in governments to deliver greatly enhanced service levels that their citizens now expect. Without a smooth flow of information through a company's IT systems, operations would not be efficient or even possible in some cases. Imagine there are no ICT professionals. How are we going to create our system? How are we going to help us to continue in our online flexible learning? How are we going to create applications for us that will going to help solve problems? And how are we going to configure our operating systems and a lot more? So it's very clear that ICT professionals plays a vital role in our society today. The top 10 IT jobs. The software developer are responsible for designing computer or mobile applications. This involves understanding user needs, developing software solutions, monitoring performance, and modifying program as needed. You know that smartphone app you rely on? That computer game that kept you transfixed for hours as a kid? That program that helps you budget and track expenditures? Software developers created all of them. Software developers are the creative, brainstorming masterminds behind computer programs of all sorts. While some software developers may focus on specific program or app, others create giant network or underlying systems that help trigger and power other programs. Software developers must have a healthy balance of hard and soft skills. Not only are software developers in charge of outlining and creating the code and design for a program, but these types of careers generally involve a lot of collaboration between various stakeholders. Network engineer. Network engineers, also called network architects, who plan, construct, and manage network to ensure they're optimized and functioning as needed. As a network engineer, you're responsible for the foundation of an organization's IT systems, and by default, the entire organization. While network technicians or IT administrators assist with daily IT and troubleshooting tasks, network engineers take on the high-level challenge of designing and improving network. Depending on the company, guys, you'll be creating and implementing physical and wireless networks, troubleshoot issues, and researching and integrating new technologies. That is the job of a network engineer. The systems engineer. They are the one who manage, monitor, test, and maintain all installed operating systems, application software, system management tools, and other infrastructures, ensuring the highest levels of systems and infrastructure availability. And also responsible to maintain security, backup, and redundancy strategy. Write and maintain custom scripts to increase system efficiency and lower the human intervention time on any task. Participates in design of information and operational support system. They are the one who provides second and third level support. That is the systems engineer. Next, the senior software developer. Senior software developers will develop information systems by studying operations, designing and developing and installing software solutions, support and develop software team. The senior software developers will lead a team of developers responsible for building new and supporting existing websites. Ability to prioritize well, communicate clearly, have a consistent track record of delivery, and excellent software engineering skills. Creative engineering balance with high quality and a customer focus. must be able to work across multiple facets of the project and juggle multiple responsibilities at the same time. Strong analytic capability and the ability to create innovative solutions. That is the senior software developer. The Java developer is responsible for the design, development, and management of Java-based applications. A Java developer is a specialized type of programmer who may collaborate with web developers and software engineers to integrate Java into a business applications, software, and website. They are involved through the entire development lifecycle of a product and must be able to identify and analyze any issues or problems and be able to come up with an efficient solution. Other responsibilities of a Java developer may include collating and documenting user requirements, analyzing data, and quality assurance testing. That is a Java developer. The software QA engineer is someone who monitors every phase of the software development process so as to ensure design quality, making sure that the software adheres to the standards set by the development company. Software delays are costly for a company, so it's vital for releases to meet target dates and stay within budget. A software quality assurance engineer helps meet deadlines by breaking up the development process into attainable testing goals and relaying any issues back to the development and product teams or leaders. That is a software quality assurance engineer. The ID project manager. The project manager are responsible for planning, organizing, allocating resources, budgeting, and successfully executing organization's specific IT goals. A project manager in any industry needs to be an organized, resourceful, and inspiring leader. In the information technology world, project managers also must possess a unique combination of deep subject matter knowledge and quick on their feet thinking to ensure the industry's complex and frequently changing projects to go off without a hitch. That is a project manager. Application developer. They are responsible for developing and modifying source code for software applications. An application developer processes user needs to customize software for computer programs, design prototypes applications, implements and tests source code. To be a successful application developer, you should have a sound knowledge of software engineering as well as excellent analytical skills. A good application developer studies the consumer market and client needs to develop cutting-edge applications. That is the application developer. A computer support specialist. A computer support specialist is a person who analyzes an organization or business domain and documents its business, process, or systems, assessing the business model or its integration with technology. A computer support specialist also assists users who are having problems with software, computers, or peripherals such as printers or scanners. A computer support specialist also must have the ability to learn and articulate technical information and convey to non-technical people. Excellent attention to detail and multitasking ability. Be professional with clients and staff. Passion for assisting others in problem solving. That is the computer support specialist. Next, let's discuss the different applications of ICT in our society. ICT also includes the various services and applications associated with them, such as video conferencing and distance learning, that plays a vital role in the creation of new media modes of interaction between people. The ICT application in education. ICTs are playing the remarkable role in the education sector. Teachers use ICTs to research for teaching materials, participate in the online conference such as well to aid their teaching. Students use ICTs as reference tool. They use internet to search for the study materials. In an online system of study, students can access class notes, submit assignments, and also join a discussion group with the help of ICTs. Researchers use ICTs to collect and process data. School administrators use ICTs for administrative purposes. In banking, ICTs control the entire banking system that also include electronic banking services. It also known as the nerve center of the banking system around the world. Customers use ICTs to make transactions of 24-hour service centers. Business persons use ICTs to save their time by using online services. And bank administrators use ICTs to control the entire banking system. That is the role of ICT in banking industry. In e-commerce, buying and selling goods by the use of an internet are known as e-commerce. E-commerce helps in boosting the economy. It makes buying and selling activities easier and faster. In an e-commerce sector, customers, suppliers, and employees get benefits from the usage of ICT. Customers use ICTs to connect online with suppliers to purchase products. Suppliers use ICTs to keep track of their transactions. Employees use ICTs to communicate with their customers for any inquiries. That is the use of ICT in an e-commerce sector. In health, ICT applications have been valuable resources in the medical field. They support the efficient exchange of information between health professionals. They enable transfer of patient records and can improve the quality of care provided by health professionals. CT scan, ultrasound, ECG are done by the help of ICTs to diagnose different diseases. So that is how ICT can help in medical field. In communication, ICT is used for communication. Nowadays, people are in touch with the help of ICT through chatting, email, voicemail, and social networking. People communicate with each other. It is the cheapest means of communication. Next, the Code of Ethics for ICT Professionals. The Finnish Information Processing Association's Ethics Work Group has created this code to help professionals resolve ethical problems that occur in their work. The aim of the code is to encourage ethical waste behavior and to help IT professionals to handle moral problems arising from their work. The purpose of this code is to reinforce the ethical aspect of information technology professionalism and promote it by raising discussions amongst IT professionals. The code is not final. It will continue to evolve through feedback because it is not possible to anticipate all ethical better choices. In the end, everyone is responsible for the choices they make. Acting ethical is not about following an ethical code to the letter, but rather it evolves as a result of the choices between right and wrong, good and bad. Choices affect our ethics. The authority and responsibility. IT professionals must not misuse their power. They must face up to their responsibility, which can be measured as actions and deeds. Knowledge is power, and using knowledge requires wisdom, as does all use of power. That is our first code of ethics for ICT professionals. The knowledge and experience. Professionals must understand their limits. They should know the strengths and weaknesses of their skills. In a rapidly developing field, professionals must develop their skills. They must know, for example, any laws regarding personal privacy. Professionals must not hide their knowledge. but instead pursue to enhance their own and other skills and share their knowledge with the professional community. However, professionals also understand that information which is confidential and must remain so and respect the trust of their clients. That is the code of ethics for ICT professionals for knowledge and experience. Next is the code of ethics when it comes to attitude. Professionals do not work just for themselves, but also for others. They will take into consideration the opinions of the subjects of their actions. They should not let greed or lack of consideration affect their decisions. They understand that their work has meaning only through others. That is the code of ethics when it comes to attitude. Next code of ethics when it comes to communications. Professionals understand the importance of communication. They communicate with their clients, document what they do, and inform all relevant parties of their actions. Professionals must aim to communicate as clearly as possible and when necessary, explain the terms they use. The aim of communication is to create common understanding with other parties to achieve cooperation. And that is the code of ethics for ICT professionals when it comes to communication. Next, the consequences of professionals' work. The results of information technology work receive their meaning through application. IT professionals must understand the consequences of their work as part of a long chain, at the end of which is the user. Professionals must take into regard the needs and wants of the consumer, the client, and their employer. In their actions, professionals should always aim to understand the meaning of their work to the whole community for which the work is done, and not limit themselves only to the opinions of the people with whom they have the transaction. That is the code of ethics for ICT professionals when it comes to consequences of professionals' work. Next is when it comes to other people. IT professionals respect the work of other people, and in so doing take other people's right to their creations into account. The work of IT professionals affect through various connecting groups, society at large. Professionals must understand the consequences of their work and must also take into consideration human rights, environmental questions, laws, and copyrights when pursuing their work. That is the code of ethics when it comes to other people. In the last code of ethics for ICT professionals, promotion of ethics. Professionals must promote ethically sustainable ways of acting within the field of information technology. To act ethically is to make choices. Each person can choose to be or not to be ethical. To apply ethics is often not to choose between the right and the wrong choice, but rather to develop an ethical character by constantly having regard for one's environment and the people in it. These instructions strive to give IT professionals a framework for action that will promote their own and other people's ethical growth. That is the final code of ethics for ICT professionals.